Hey, what's up, YouTube? It's your boy, the Dale Man.
Good job.
I'm about to play some Fortnite.
Okay. Let me
Hey, what's the movie called with Jim Carrey and he lives in a world that's a TV show?
The Mask.
No.
no, that's the Truman
That's
Show.
the Truman
Truman Show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great.
I love that movie.
Yeah.
Hey, in case I don't see you. Good morning. In case I don't see you. Good afternoon, good evening, and good night.
Man. And then he walks into the ocean door.
Mm-hmm.
Walks up the ocean stairs.
Dude, spoilers. I like a 25-year-old movie.
Spoilers.
It's good though.
It's a good. Is that his best movie?
I would argue.
Not your favorite movie. Is that his best movie?
No.
I would argue both.
Yeah,
and
it might be.
best.
I might agree with you
Yeah.
on that.
Go
Yours.
watch it, and it's like
No, it's good. I've watched it
good.
recently.
It's good.
it's fine.
Andrew, name a better Jim Carrey movie.
Liar, liar.
Liar, Liar is good. Liar, Liar, good movie. True.
It's funny. It's not good. I wouldn't say it's good.
It's good.
It
Isn't
is
his,
good.
It's good.
Is his? Oh, his wife isn't Jennifer Aniston in that.
I hold myself in contempt. His wife is the actress from ER. She was like she was Sleepy Hospital actress before this one from Grey's Anatomy.
Yeah.
yeah.
Jennifer Amberson.
Yeah, Jembeter Amberson.
Jennifer Aniston is his wife in Bruce Almighty.
Yes,
Also a good movie.
that is a good movie.
Yeah.
Dang, that is a good movie.
That is
Because
good.
we didn't know Steve Carell yet. I mean, he was like in random stuff and on the
Yeah.
Daily Show and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Right. But he wasn't in The Office yet. And that was funny. That was when he was doing the
He was very funny in it.
He's good in that.
It's a good movie. There's a lot of better Jim Carrey movies.
Truman Show is great.
You're not naming any that are better than
It's not
Truman
great.
Show.
I've already done it.
No.
These are just as good. in
I
my
disagree.
opinion.
I think I enjoy watching Liar, Liar better. More enjoyment.
Yeah, but this is the fun versus good debate.
That's true.
I would prefer to enjoy something.
Okay. Well, that's fine.
You know
That's
what I mean?
That's your prerogative.
Sure. Show it is.
Show is.
I prefer to force myself to enjoy things that I think are better than other things.
Oh man.
Okay, let's
do this.
let's start this train.
Okay. Here we go.
5, 6, 7. Yeah. 5, 9, 7.
Yeah, I was like, that's definitely not right.
6, 6, 9.
Taylor's like, whoa.
I really thought we were there already.
I'm Stephen Adams. This is Down to Doug. I'm miffed and peeved. That's not the words.
Yeah, I want to start. I'm not sure that I got it. Okay.
I'm Stephen Adams. This is Down to Doug. I'm miffed and peeved. That's not the words. What do I say?
Hello, I'm Alex Sabrinas. I'm not miffed and piffed. I'm about to dunk. I'm not miffed and piffed. Hello, I'm Alex Sabrinas. I'm not miffed and piffed. I'm down to dunk.
I'm Stephen Adams. I'm not miffed and peeved. I am down to dunk.
Yo, this PG and I'm down to dunk.
I'm about to dunk.
Good morning and welcome to episode 5, 9, 7 of Down to Dunk. You can find us on CLNS Media Daily, thunder.com-radio, 5 p.m. Central Standard Time, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, or of course, anywhere you subscribe to your podcasts. I am Luke, joined this morning by Andrew
Slam boo.
and Taylor.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Everybody in the house. So come on, let's rock. Slam boo. I didn't listen to you because I was.
You had a really good one.
Slam boo.
What'd you say?
He said slam boo.
Oh, I said man boob.
I
I,
did-
almost said man boobs.
That's what I thought you were gonna say. Okay, so last night we watched a rerun of the Thunder versus Celtics here in Oklahoma City.
It was so bad.
It was
man.
just it reminded me of watching a rerun of The Office where they go to the dinner party at Michael's house,
That's a good app.
where it starts out pretty good
That's a good
and then it gets like so cringy at the end where like Jan's being accused of domestic violence and like Dwight's like trying to take Michael home and Dwight still has to drop off this old lady babysitter. Like that's how the game started and ended for the Thunder. It was a rerun. We've seen this game before. It happened last year here in Oklahoma City, where they played awesome in the first half and then they sucked in the second half.
It was so classic.
It was. I'll tell you what it was. A bummer.
It was a bummer.
A big old bummer.
It was. So the Thunder, they made a change to the starting lineup. So there was a little it was a leak. It wasn't a leak at all, actually. Billy said, I don't know who's starting yet. And everybody was like, oh, interesting. Because he also said, Alex Abrinas, we don't know if he's ready to play. And so you think, oh, well, maybe he's thinking of starting Alex in place of Terrence. And then you get, it's like 5 minutes before tip, and they print out the sheet. First of all, one thing that kind of applies to the office is that the Thunder use way too much paper. The amount of paper that this team uses is unbelievable.
Interesting.
If you are a paper rights activist, you should be very mad.
Well, no, if you're if you're a paper rights advocate, you're actually activist. You're actually very happy.
Yeah.
If you're a trees advocate,
If you're a
you're mad.
if you're a treeman, you should be so mad because every quarter they come by and deliver a box score on paper, sometimes 2 sheets of paper to everybody in the media.
Who
And then
even
everybody-
uses paper anymore?
I don't know. I literally look at them and say, I have this thing called a computer,
Everyone.
Then everyone
And-
there has one.
and it shows me the exact thing you just gave me. Anyways, I don't even remember. Oh yeah, starting. So I thought Alex might start,
Yeah.
and instead they moved Patterson to the bench to start
Yeah.
Jeremy Grant, which ended up working pretty well.
I like that.
The defense was better. It was still not great. I think that we were a little bit prisoners of the moment in the fact that the Celtics missed so many wide open threes in the first half
They were 0 from 11 from threes in the first quarter.
on good shots, on shots that some of them completely wide open,
Yeah.
where I thought, oh my gosh, like
Multiple.
this
wide open.
this cannot sustain. Like
Mhm.
they're not, these guys, Kyrie Irving, Al Horford, these guys are not going to continue to miss these wide open shots that Thunder keep giving them.
Mm-hmm.
And that became the reality in the second half. The defense was better, but it also was not great. So I wasn't blown away by the defense they were playing in the first half. I think they got lucky, and then it came and bit them right in the butt in the second half.
I would say their defense their defense in the first quarter I thought was really good and inspired, especially when Boston was getting down beyond inside the 3-point line. I thought that they were
In
really
the paint,
good.
yes.
In the paint, they were really good. I thought the second quarter started to loosen up a little bit, but that Boston was still not hitting.
Right.
They didn't have any kind of offense going. And then that third quarter was the most, I mean, it encapsulates what the Thunder have been for 4 years so perfectly.
Yeah.
That is like the most classic third quarter ever. Play a really good, hard first half. Be up big on a good team.
Yeah.
And then just
give
F it all away in the
just give it
third
away.
quarter.
Yeah.
just wet the bed. Yeah, they did. It was bad. Steven Adams hasn't been good this season.
I thought he was good in the first half.
He's okay. I just have higher expectations for him as far as doing the little things. I'm just not seeing enough from him throughout these first 4 games.
So what's interesting is what Paul George was saying about Steven Adams the other day. Did you see this? I think it was after practice, or maybe it was yesterday. But he was saying, I think Steve is better, has more tools and more in his game than he allows himself to believe.
Oh yeah.
Paul George was saying it. And I thought that was really interesting. And I thought that was kind of like a nice way of calling Steve out before it's like, Steve,
dude,
you need to do it.
we
Yeah,
need
like,
you
dude,
to
what are
be
you
better.
doing?
Right.
You need to be confident.
Yeah.
Because there are some times when he should have taken the shot or he should have just gone to the basket, but he doesn't think that's his thing.
Yeah. Also, when your superstars go 12 of 42,
Yeah,
That's bad.
that's pretty bad.
That's pretty bad.
man. And Russ was missing in the first half, but he was controlled. He wasn't just putting up
Yeah.
bad shots. That fourth quarter was
My
so
gosh.
bad.
Okay. So here's the balance I'm trying to create. I think that Billy Donovan could be a big problem for this team,
Okay,
but I don't think he was the problem last night.
I agree.
I think the problem was Russell Westbrook in the fourth quarter and them scoring 1 point in the final 4 minutes of the game, and Russell having just the worst shot selection possible during that span.
Yeah. When it was like tied in like the last 2 minutes, or really even like last minute and a half.
Yeah.
When it was a fast break and Russell had it and it was just blazing down the court. It's just like he's going to take an ill-advised three right here. This is what he's going to do.
Right. You can feel
He's going to miss it,
Mhm.
and we're going to lose this game because of what he's going to do. And he did it twice, and it was just like, ugh.
You definitely feel like he's out of the flow of the game a little bit. That
Yeah.
Kings game was a little better, but that's the Kings. But against a team like the Celtics, who they're a good defense, they're
Yeah.
very good. But he was out of it.
He's
He
taking
just
those
could
threes.
not.
You know why? Because he's freaking tired.
Yeah. Well, and then he tries to force the two, right? Like at the very end,
Yeah.
when they get a rebound and he's out at the three, and he tries to pass it into Steve, and it's like, dude, this should have been your mindset 30 seconds ago,
Yeah.
like a whole possession ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because last night, the role players stepped up.
Yeah. Even Patterson.
Patterson was good off the bench. He played 17 minutes. He scored 7 points on 5 shots. He hit a 3. Wonderful. Everybody else, I mean, Ferguson even played a decent game. He only scored 2 points, but he only took 1 shot. He was a +6 in 14 minutes. He was fine.
Mm-hmm.
I thought Diallo, again, was really good in 20 minutes. He just makes things happen. He had 3 blocks last night. He's awesome.
He's good.
And I thought that Alex Abrinas' minutes were key.
Alex Abrinas had a huge fourth quarter
Yeah.
because we were, after that third quarter, we were basically tied in the fourth quarter, and we
Mhm.
built a 9-point lead again. And that's thanks to Alex Abrinas hitting 2 back-to-back threes.
Yeah.
And then, the offense being able to space out so that they could do something.
Here's the problems. The Thunder just have not been able to shoot the basketball. And some of it's weirdness, and some of it is that they just have guys that can't shoot it. And I don't know when Russell's going to get over his free throw problems. It only took 5, but he missed 2 of them. They're 56% from the free throw line. You can't do that.
And they got to the line a lot.
That's
Like
bad.
they
shot-
got to the line.
They shot 25 free throws, which is pretty good. They've actually shot more in several games before this, but still, yeah, that's a healthy number of free throws. They're 7 of 28 from 3, 25%. They shoot sub 40% from the field overall. You can't survive in this NBA like this.
Mm-mm.
And if you just look at this game, it's okay to lose to the Celtics. Like, that's okay. What's not okay is to lose to the Kings and the Clippers before that. And so that's what makes this game look so bad. I mean, after the game, like the sky is falling, but in isolation, like this game is not all that bad to lose. The way they lost it, yes, horrible. The way they played in the second half, horrible. And I don't know. This is the same Thunder team. They look the same.
Mhm.
They're playing the same. They're playing with the same energies in the same spots that they did last year. And at the end of the season last year, we thought, oh, that's all Melo's fault. And if we just get rid of Melo, insert Jeremy Grant, insert Patrick Patterson, boom, new team, they're going to be awesome. And it's the same team.
Yeah.
And to me, that's where, and I've never been one to even try to get Billy fired. And I'm not going to try to get Billy fired, but I think you have to consider it. I think it needs to be considered. Maybe not today, but in the future, it needs to be considered.
Jay texted last night, if they lose against the Suns.
If they go,
Tell me their next 3 games.
They got Suns, Clippers, and then who? I'll look it up. But seriously, if they lose to the Suns, I don't think that he's going to get fired. But that's where I'm like, okay, really, as a fan base, we may have to collectively gather and think about this
Oh man.
and say something to each other about it a lot, because this roster, obviously there's some deficiencies in the shooting department, but this is not an 0-5 roster, especially with the schedule that has been presented to them.
If this team would play with energy the whole game, they would have 2 wins right now.
Oh, yeah.
But
Easily.
it's like they're not. None of the they won't like all collectively play hard at the same time. It drives me insane.
It's crazy. Yeah. It's
Well, and what's weird is who are you mad at after the game? Like if you're the players, are they mad at themselves? Have you been to the locker room?
I mean, I was in the locker room.
Yeah, that's
for-
true. There
for
was
one
only
game,
the one
for the
game.
Kings game,
Yeah.
and it was just very sad. Terrence Ferguson is all
Yeah.
it was. So the schedule it's as soft as it's going to be. Phoenix at home, LA at home, at Charlotte, at Washington, and then it does get a little bit tougher, but still you have some cake games in here. New Orleans, that's a tough game. Cleveland sucks. They should kill Cleveland, but I don't think they will. Then they play Houston November 8th, which I guess James Harden's back by then. Dallas, Phoenix, New York, Phoenix, Sacramento.
So by that time, we're 0-11.
Right?
Holy
Taylor, your
crap,
mic
man.
sounds terrible.
Does it?
We're gonna have to get you a new mic.
Give me a new.
That's fine, dude.
Anyways,
It's the whole mic.
yeah, go get yourself a
Yeah.
new mic. So this Thunder team, they're frustrating. There's not a lot to explain away, but the thing you have to keep in perspective is that they do have a 3-year window with this squad, and they have time to make some moves around Russ and Paul George and Steven, which is good that you actually have the time to do it. But I just don't. I think we're watching in Milwaukee, who has changed their team some.
Come
Oh
on,
my
man.
gosh.
Come on, man.
We're watching Milwaukee, who's changed their team some, but what they really changed was their coach. And they look so much better with their new coach. And I'm not saying that immediately something will change overnight if the Thunder have a new coach, but we're even seeing in Toronto, and Charlotte, like Nick Nurse is doing a really good job. And he was a guy that when Toronto hired him, everybody looked around and said, if most people, unless you're just like super plugged into the league, welcome back, Taylor.
How do I sound?
You sound so,
So
much
much
better.
better.
Oh my
Wow.
gosh. Everybody looked around and said, who? Nick who? I've never even heard of this guy.
Nick Nurse, the shark, the
He-
Nurse shark.
And he's great. He's been great for them. And so I just don't, I've never been one to say that the coach is the problem or the coach needs to be let go. But I think that we've seen a track record of Billy, at least in the regular season. They've underperformed in every regular season that he's been the coach.
Mm-hmm.
And he had a good playoff run in 2016. That's wonderful. I thought that he coached a really bad series against the Rockets the next year. And I thought that last year was an embarrassment. And so that's the track record that we have with him. I just don't know how long do you give him? Maybe give him the rest of this season. And then you sit down and say, next summer we need to go find somebody else because we have 2 years left basically with this crew. Because, I mean, if you're Paul George and you give the Thunder 3 years, I mean, I don't know.
I don't know if they even wait the whole year though.
They may not.
Like it's his 4th year now, right?
Yeah.
And
It's
how
his
long's
4th
his
season.
contract?
I think he had a 5-year deal. So after the season, he's what people call a lame duck coach.
But the 4th season in a 5-year contract, that's pretty easy to let go of at that point.
Mhm.
Like considering the amount of contract money that teams waste on coaches all the time. And I feel like they're not going to wait this season, Like this summer was really, the energy was really good. Paul George was in a good mood. Russ was in a good mood. Everything was kind of more positive. And then you come in and it's like just flattening so quickly.
If they lose 5 in a row, I would not be shocked to see the players turn on Billy and for them to get him fired. Because
Don't you think the internal talk amongst the players is Billy already?
The
It
problem
could very well be.
and the problem because the next game is the Suns, and we said their first game they looked awesome. They could sneak up and do damage on people because they're going to be like the Pacers last year. You don't see them coming.
Well,
don't-
no. They've looked really sucky recently. The
Is
Suns
Devin
have.
Booker out?
Devin Booker has been out. Let me look at his status, but
I hope he doesn't come back.
If he's out, then
they should beat the Suns
should-
with Devin Booker.
They should beat them with Devin Booker. You have way less excuses if you lose.
If they don't, it's just
They're gonna
be
beat the Suns,
so-
man.
The Suns are 1-3. They're not a good team. This is a bad team.
Yeah,
This is one of the bad teams.
but this is the point we're at with
It's
already with this
Yeah.
Thunder season is
it's
we're
bad.
scared. I'm scared of the Suns now.
You're scared of every team then.
I'm scared of every single team. Why should I not be?
He's day to day with a hamstring injury.
He's back,
He left
baby.
on the 24th.
He's back, baby.
with a strained hamstring. It could take a week or more. Sometimes a hamstring is a lingering injury.
Yeah.
So it lingers.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that's true. Hey guys, you know what else is true? Anthem beers rule.
Oh, it's so true.
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 They're good to drink.
True.
Truth. Their tap room is the best.
True.
Guys, Anthem beers, just a great beverage. If you
True.
like beers, and their tap room is awesome. Live music. They've got specialty beers there. You
Oh.
can't get anywhere else.
Oh.
But you can now get Anthem beers like inside a local Walmart. You know, a gas
You can
station.
get them pretty much anywhere now.
Get them.
Anywhere.
And so if you haven't, what's your excuse? You've been listening to us talk about Anthem beers for a long time. And you gotta go out and get rid of it. Yeah.
Do it. Support the people that support Down to Down.
That's right. You got just the last few weeks to get the Oktoberfest
It's true.
and get out there and drink it. It's good.
Do it.
Seriously. Now on to Twitter questions. Guys, this is the thing, is that you ask for Twitter questions and then they start out lighthearted and fun and they turn very dark.
Because we were getting questions after the game, huh?
Uh-huh. So let's uh-huh.
That's uh-huh.
So
I tried to look up how many movies had been in after Sandlot one
Yeah.
time. Not Sandlot.
Little Rascals.
Ugh, what am I saying?
You idiot.
Gosh, I feel so stupid. Not many.
are
Go
any
ahead.
of the kids from
Thank you.
are any of the kids from Little Rascals, did any of them go on to more fame?
Bug Hall.
Who?
Who's
what?
that?
Alfalfa.
What did he go on to be?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Why do you? Is his name really Bug Hall?
Yeah.
His person name? His real name?
Yeah.
Huh.
Anyways.
Yeah, he was kind of doomed from the start.
Oh yeah.
What about Donald Trump's kid in that movie?
Donald Trump's kid is not in that movie.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, he is.
Which what?
Well, not Donald Trump's actual kid, but Donald Trump is in The Little
Oh,
Rascals.
really?
He's the dad of the rich blonde boy.
Oh,
Yeah.
Huh. I haven't seen
Yeah.
Little Rascals.
Also, career was not great.
Really?
What about the kid that got $1?
He turned that dollar into $1 billion. Follow me on YouTube. I'll show you how you can do it too.
Nobody ended up doing anything.
Man.
Man,
Maybe because they were like
That's
typecasted
such-
for the rest of their lives.
that's such wasted potential.
What about-
What about Froggy?
Okay.
Man, I can't believe that little kid had that voice already.
Okay. Here we go. And we're jumping around a little bit. Okay. This is from first question from Chief Justices. He wants to know who is the first to be traded. This roster isn't close to where it needs to be to even make the playoffs in the West.
The roster is not the issue to me.
I agree.
This team should make the playoffs in the West. I think everybody looked at the rosters before the season, and very few people said the Thunder should even be on the fringe of it. They're going to turn this point. To me, it's effort and coaching. That's where I stand on it. I don't think it's a roster problem will be some made at some point. It's DLC. It's not being used at all. A fee or a stamp pick. So happen as far as so what I saw. Somebody DM'd me and reminded me of the trade exception that the Thunder have, and they could theoretically trade TLC to the Cavs and receive back Kyle Korver into the trade exception if they want to give value for Kyle Korver. Korver's older, but he's a knockdown shooter that you could bring in off the bench.
Who Billy Donovan won't trust.
He may trust him because he's old. Anyways, I think that that's something that could be done. I just look at that Cavs team and the way that they're constructed. Like, they're terrible, but they have guys that can be useful. And so I look at them and think, which one of those guys? And a lot of them make a ton of money. I mean, J.R. Smith makes $14 million a year.
Yeah.
I mean, the Thunder they don't have the cap flexibility. They don't have the player money to trade for a guy like that. But he would be awesome for the Thunder.
JR?
Yeah.
Yeah, it would be fun.
He would not only would he be fun, but he would be really good for this team in a lot of ways.
Really? I mean, why
would he not be?
I'm not disagreeing with you.
He's a great
I'm
shooter.
kind of surprised that you are this high on J.R. Smith.
He's awesome.
You're as high on J.R. Smith as he is high.
That's probably true. I just think that the bar is really low for what we need from what we're getting at the shooting guard position.
Yeah.
And so JR is a huge upgrade over all those dudes.
Yeah.
But the Thunder, I'm not sure the Thunder have what it takes to trade for him.
You think they're going to trade Patrick Patterson?
I think that benching him so early in the season shows how much they value him.
Yeah.
And how much they believe in him. Because to me, the guy that I thought would turn it around in the starting lineup was Patterson. I thought he was going to be fine. He was going to turn it around at some point. We have a track record of him being a good NBA player. I don't have an issue with him staying in the starting lineup. What I did was Terrence Ferguson, who we don't have a track record of being a good NBA player. But instead, and maybe it's a confidence thing, like Patterson's not going to lose his confidence moving to the bench. He's not going to throw a fit. You're not going to crush him by sending him to the bench. And I think the Thunder worry about that with Ferguson.
For sure. You know what was really strange was it felt like Patrick Patterson was more confident last night. Like all three of the shots he made were contested. Like they weren't open jumpers.
He played well. He missed that shot just like over the rim. That was
my God.
He's so good at missing shots at the rim. Like that's
his number one skill.
He's an expert at missing shots at the rim.
He's an NBA pro. He's a first team All NBA.
But yeah, I think if they could upgrade a spot, I think the power forward would be a spot that they'd like to upgrade as well.
Why do they like Ferguson so much?
I don't know, man. They've trapped themselves right now, right? Because they named him the starter before, the preseason started, and so that he's earned it or whatever. And now they are doing this strange dance of, oh my God, well, he's starting, but like his minutes are getting less and less and less each game, and he's really not very good, but we don't want to crush his little 20-year-old soul.
What other teams do that?
I don't know. I
don't think other teams do that.
I think they're doing the wrong thing.
Yeah.
With Ferguson. I think he needs to go to the bench. I think you need to start Diallo or Abrinas, and they need to play all the minutes. I think if they did that, they'd be a better team. And Ferguson wasn't to blame last night. He was fine last night. He was mostly invisible.
Right.
He played a couple good defensive possessions. He made a layup. Wonderful. But he's not impactful.
No.
He was not a negative for them last night. But when you have guys that can be actually helpful to your team, it's a mistake. They have made a mistake with Terrence Ferguson. You can develop him on the bench. You can develop him in practice. You can develop him in 8 minutes a game. But I think that they put themselves in a strange position where they feel like they can't not start him now.
Mm-hmm.
That is wild. Our next Twitter question deals with that, but it deals with T Ferg, and it's from @Jordan P. Bing, who says, "How can Billy see Grant was good enough to start, but can't see that T Ferg is terrible?"
I think he sees it, but he also he does have this weird belief in Ferg, and maybe we don't see everything. That's also a part of this, is that we have a very limited scope.
Mm-hmm.
Like we just see them on the floor. Some of us will
but
see
we-
him in the
All we do
locker
is
room.
see them in the games
But
that matter.
we see them in the things that matters. The
Trust
one
me.
thing that matters.
Trust me, I get it. I totally get it. I'm just saying that they see a lot more. I mean, I've already told you, I think they're doing the wrong thing with him.
Yeah.
But Billy, he sees more. I don't know what he's seeing. I'm not sure what it is. But he should not be playing. Terrence should not be playing. And if he is playing, it should be a very, very tiny role that's manageable, where he doesn't feel much pressure, where he goes in at the beginning of the second quarter, the end of the third quarter. Wonderful. You played 8 minutes.
Mhm.
Sit down, talk to somebody on the bench about it.
Mm-hmm.
Develop him that way. Diallo's ready.
Absolutely. And there was only one play last night that I think actually came from good intent. It was when Paul George was coming down the left side and was going to the basket, and he got trapped underneath the basket because they played good D. And so he went to throw it to the corner, but Diallo had run in to try to get an offensive rebound. And so he threw it out of bounds. And so he got mad at Diallo. But that was Diallo trying to put himself into the game.
Being engaged.
Yes.
I'm with you. He's a rookie too. He's going to make mistakes, but he plays with.
He has more
confidence.
of an excuse than Ferguson does.
Right.
Though. Ferguson doesn't really have excuse
Ferguson
to mess
is
up like that.
He is afraid to make a mistake.
Yeah.
And when you are afraid to make mistakes in the NBA, you don't play.
Yeah. And you don't end up doing anything good.
No. You have to be confident.
Yeah.
If you're not confident, you can see it through the television.
Yeah.
When guys are not confident.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a problem. I don't think that you can just play somebody into confidence.
No. And Abrinas, I know his thing is defense. The only times I saw him get smoked last night were by Kyrie.
And Kyrie smokes everybody.
And why is Abrinas guarding Kyrie?
He got switched on.
He just got switched onto him.
Mm.
I don't know, man. I just think I think that the things that people talk negatively about Abrinas about are kind of unfair at times, because he's the only player that will take those shots,
and you feel like can make them.
Will be in the right spot.
He's got great confidence this season. He should play more.
Yeah.
The only thing keeping him from playing more, or that should keep him from playing more, is injury, and that's it. But he has been playing more to start the season. Like he played 15 minutes per game in the seasons before, and he's playing about 20 minutes a game every time that he's in. So that is good. But we need to stop playing this game with Ferguson.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying that he's to blame for everything, but I do think that it's a problem to have even 15 minutes of a shooting guard that's not confident out there, that's not willing to take the shots that he should.
Mm-hmm.
When you have two guys that play the same position that are already clearly better.
Mm-hmm.
I think Billy does see that, but I also think that he has this job of managing personalities and things like that. But I think that to me, you're going to have to throw that out, or you're going to have to sit down with a sports psychologist or a psychiatrist or whatever to help Ferg, because you've got to win basketball games.
Yeah.
You got to win basketball games.
What if he could hypnotize him?
Ooh,
I think he'd do it.
Hypnosis.
Your balls
I mean-
going in the hoop. Picture it.
Your balls.
Okay, let's
Bro,
go
what are you
to
talking about, man.
let's go to our next Twitter
Wish you had your
question.
headphones. Why
I
don't you-
do.
Go get them.
I have an extra pair on that chair outside.
Please, for the love of
Yeah, come on, man. Okay, our next Twitter question comes from @Caleb_Jones_, who says it's a hard subject to tackle, but are we almost to the point where a Russ, Billy D, Presti-led organization has a hard ceiling based on philosophy, talent, and ability?
I think you guys.
I like how it's all three of them now are to blame at the same time. I think we need to get rid of all three of them and just wash it all away.
Yeah.
The Great Flood.
Ready?
Just getting rid of somebody doesn't make things better every time. They have a hard ceiling. I don't think they have that hard of a ceiling. I think they do this season. I think with this version of the Warriors, I think everybody has a hard ceiling. But going forward, I don't think they do. I think they might with Billy. I don't think you do with Russell. I think that Russell's you have a top 7 player in the NBA. You're not going to say, oh, well, we have a hard ceiling, we need to get rid of him. Or Sam Presti, who has taken this team and made them into something that maybe probably one or two GMs in the entire NBA could have done with this roster. Everybody else, this roster would have already been torn down, and we'd be looking at Zion Williamson highlights every night instead of watching the Thunder. So I do think that the problem could be Billy Donovan. I've never been inspired by his coaching.
Here's a question I have for you.
Personally.
You're the host of a television show.
Okay.
Russ, Billy D, Presti are on your show. You're a British woman. Which one of them is the weakest link?
Billy. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Yeah, it is Billy.
I think that if things continue to go terribly, and remember, this team started terribly last year, and you know who was playing on the team? Andre Robertson. He obviously just doesn't fix everything, but they started to hit a stride in January. And so you can't pull the plug. I don't think they're going to pull the plug now. I don't think you can pull the plug now, but I think that you need to. I think they'll give them the season. And sometimes it takes a little bit of time. It shouldn't take time for this team because it's basically the same team minus Melo plus Schroeder. It's basically the same team. And I think you have better wings this year than you did last year.
For sure.
Like Diallo's like miles better than Josh Eustace ever dreamed of being.
Mm-hmm.
And so there's not that same excuse there, but I just wonder if they're going to hit their stride in December, January.
I just don't. You just can't waste games every single year.
That's why I'm
They
saying
waste so many games.
That's why I'm saying that there's a good chance that Billy needs to go. That's why I'm saying that. But I'm also saying that this season is not lost because you start 0-4. It's not. A lot of people are like, well, can they even make the playoffs now? Like, okay, everybody take a deep breath.
But I will say, like, depending on how good you play in the first half, like before Christmas, could have a huge effect on your playoff seeding.
It will have
April,
it will have it will have an effect on your playoff seeding. No question.
You just can't treat before Christmas like I think even 5 years ago you could treat before Christmas kind of like this. Like, let's figure it out. We'll win some games along the way, and then the second half of the season we'll go hard with what we know.
Yeah. There's a lot of weirdness happening right now. There's
for sure.
I mean, like the only teams that have gotten off to hot starts, New Orleans, obviously. Nuggets, they lost last night to the Lakers. They're 4-1. The Golden State Warriors, who are going to be awesome anyways. Blazers are off to 3-1. Then everybody else is and the Blazers are 3-1. 500 or worse.
Have the Lakers played 8 games already?
It feels like it.
Doesn't it feel like they're on every night?
The Lakers are 2-3. Minnesota's 2-3. The Rockets are 1-3.
Yeah.
I mean,
not that far behind.
No, I mean, you're not. I mean, Memphis too. I mean, the rest of the West is giving you some room for error right now.
Yeah.
It's not like all the other 7 teams that are supposed to make the playoffs are already at 3-0 or 4-0. I mean, there's one team that hasn't lost a game.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, there's room for error, sure. But they cannot lose to Phoenix Sunday.
No.
That's
more of a morale thing than a standing.
Well,
thing.
it's even a standings thing to me because you only have so many games against Sacramento and the
That's
Suns.
true.
Those are the only 2 teams that should be. You need
Guaranteed.
to win those, especially at home. If you lose to the Kings and the Suns at home in the first 5 games, you need to fire Billy Donovan.
Yeah. Oh,
You need to.
Yeah.
It's
okay.
Stupid.
If they lose, you're on Fire Billy Donovan train.
I will start # Fire Billy Donovan train.
Whoa. There you go.
I'll be the conductor. Choo choo.
Whoa. Cool.
That's cool.
I don't know if I will.
Cool, man.
You said
it. You're just fired up right now. You have to do
fired
it.
up. I've been so mad. Ever since that Kings game, I've been so mad.
let's move on to our next Twitter question. It comes from @Caleb_Jones_, who says, what do you need to see from the Thunder going forward that would give you confidence that they can legitimately compete in the West playoffs? Does this team even have that potential?
Okay. All right. So here's the deal. Like, I think that a reasonable expectation still for this team is that they win a playoff round. And that's probably about it, right?
As like the expectation.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're still going to get Dre back at some point this season.
Yeah.
And so as presently constructed, I mean, I don't know. I don't know what the ceiling is. But if you get Dre back and he's even 80, 90% of what he was the season before, then I think that your expectations need to be raised. I think this team will be better. And they'll be able to execute their game plan better. Because really what their elite skill should be is defense. And, you know, you're missing all these shots. Like, they're going to continue to miss a lot of shots this season. They're missing an unusual amount of shots to start the season. That's a part of the losing, is that they're just not shooting the ball well when they have guys that can shoot it that are not shooting it well, like Paul George. And Paul George is going to shoot the ball better. Like, that is going to happen. But yeah, I still think, like, I want to see this team with Dre. I want to see this team with Diallo's getting better. I want to see what he looks like come season's end. I want to see Abrinas with more confidence. I want to see even Jeremy Grant as he progresses, because he got better as the season went along last year, and he already looked better last night.
He looked a lot better last night.
He hit a corner three. That shot is so important to his game. So important. And if he can hit that even at like 33%, then that's a shot he needs to take every time that he's wide open.
And he should start. If he hits that at 33%.
You think Jeremy will continue to start?
I think after last night, he probably will.
Yeah.
That first quarter was the best they've looked, at least in 2 games, since Russ has been back.
Oh,
which is such
question.
a small sample size. I know that. But that's the best they've looked in a full quarter, maybe this whole year.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
Yeah, that's all.
All right, guys, let's move on to our next Twitter question. It comes from @OKCTH_thebasket, who wants to know, if OKC keeps playing like this, we'll need to find another topic to talk about. What will it be? Just food reviews, I think.
Probably.
Yeah.
Restaurant reviews. That's it.
What I ate last night? I ate the garage last night for dinner.
Oh, wow.
It's good.
What kind of fries did you get?
I get the garlic parmesan truffle fries. Those are good.
I get it too.
Hey.
Oh, really? Oh, the garage is great.
The garage is good, man. They have a vegan patty, because I don't eat red meat. So they have like a veggie burger. Mm-hmm. It's really good.
Your veggie burger that you had at the press is really good.
It's so good.
I'm telling you, veggie burgers are good now, guys. They're not the veggie burgers of your grandparents' age, okay?
They can be good.
They're good now.
They're
good now.
Yours was good, but I just can never see myself being like, give me a veggie
well, why
burger.
would, if you eat red meat, why would you get a veggie burger?
Exactly.
Why would you do
it's like Parks and Rec, where they had the cook-off.
Yeah.
Ron Swanson.
Oh, yeah.
And it was like, here's this. It's at this and this and this time. He's like, what's that? It's a hamburger.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, this is much better. All right.
What'd you guys eat for dinner?
What did I have
last night?
Yeah.
I had Carl's Jr. in my car on the way home from Stillwater.
What from Carl's Jr.? What burger?
The double Western bacon cheese.
Oh,
come on, man.
It is the best. Carl's Jr. is criminally underrated.
But it's criminally overpriced.
It is very expensive. Yes.
So expensive.
It is very expensive. They used to have a thing. You remember they came out with like, this is our $6 burger. Oh my gosh, it's so big and thick.
Yeah.
Well, now they're all of their burgers are $7.
Yeah.
I mean, it's expensive. But guess what? Worth every penny.
Wow.
What'd you eat?
I had a bowl of oatmeal before my radio show.
Wow.
And then I went to Andy's Frozen Custard after my show.
That's what you ate for dinner?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, God. How are you even here right now?
What do you mean?
You should have disintegrated into sugar dust.
Okay. Let's move on to our next Twitter question.
I shared it. Amy and I shared it.
It comes
apple pie. Concrete.
I'm saying that's not a lot of substance or sustenance. What's the right word there?
Oatmeal.
Sustenance.
Sustenance. Oatmeal gives you the sus.
Well, okay. It gives you the sus.
Gives you the sustenance.
Blueberries in the oatmeal.
Okay. Nutrition.
Yeah.
Okay. There's so many questions about firing Billy Donovan.
We don't
Just
have to answer
don't
all
ask
of them.
them.
We don't have to
Yes.
do all of
We've
those.
talked about
we,
that.
We've
So
talked.
many.
We've already talked too much.
You can
about it.
if you see a question that lightens the
Here's
mood
one.
a little
Here's
bit.
one. Here's
Okay.
one. That's why we're talking about food.
Okay.
Okay. Here's one. It's from @jbug__. Who says, what is this team going to do on offense when Robertson comes back?
Same stuff, man.
Same stuff. It's just going to be executed a little better because Robertson's just more experienced and knows what to do with his skill set.
And I get the question.
Yeah.
Where it's like he's theoretically worse on offense than Terrence Ferguson, right? And in like overall skill, like if you were to have their little slider things on
Yeah.
NBA 2K, his slider would be further along on shooting than Robertson's. But Robertson was playing really well within the offense last year. He's moving the ball, he's getting to the rim. But yeah, I mean, it gets tough if you're going to want to start Jeremy Grant and you have Russell, non-shooter Robertson, Paul George, non-shooter Jeremy, and then non-shooter Steve. I mean, you have one guy that can shoot a three that you feel good about in that lineup. You just have to at that point you have to shut people down.
Yeah.
And then you have to like manufacture just points in ways that
You have to play fat. You have to play twice as fast as everyone else's offense.
And you have to move the ball, and they have to be moving. Like Dre and Jeremy and Paul have to move the whole time.
I thought you said you have to play fat.
You have to play fat man ball.
You gotta get thicker.
What is that gonna be like? so much Raymond Felton on the court. Okay, guys.
Speaking of Raymond Felton, like he's not playing
No.
at all.
No. I'd prefer him to start at 2 over Ferguson.
Durr.
All right. Our next Twitter question comes from @Cody, son of Steve, who wants to know what's your go-to snack for snack time?
Oh, mine right now?
Yeah.
Grapes.
Grapes.
Yeah.
Grapes are good. What color?
Purple.
You don't like green?
Ooh, I like green.
I like green too, but purple right now.
Okay. Wow. How many grapes you eating in one sesh?
37.
Wow.
Whoa.
Wow.
You're eating a lot of grapes.
I love grapes.
Do you like you have them, on the grape
Vine.
Do you pick them off and eat them, or do you eat them like the Greeks do?
Yeah. Do you lay down on the ground and
Yeah.
eat them?
And just a toga and have your kids fan you?
No, we're usually sitting down to watch TV at the end of the day. Go get
Yeah.
myself a bowl of grapes.
Do you,
On sale at Aldi right now.
Taylor, what's your go-to snack time snack?
Oh man, Oreo Thins right now.
Ooh, which kind?
Just straight up Oreo Thins.
Okay, they're so good.
Not enough stuff in them.
No, they're better. They're better.
They're
Really?
better. Yeah.
Yeah. The I don't know what it is,
The thin cookie is very good.
and there's thin icing, but
Thin
the
icing.
ratio seems a little better.
Really?
I think
Yes.
just like with less cookie, you don't need as much icing, and the flavors. It really takes me to
I'm
Flavor
with you.
Town.
I'm with you.
What else do I eat?
That's where you're trying to get at snack time.
I like
Flavor
the
Town.
I like the
Yeah.
mint. I like the mint.
Yeah.
Thins. The mint thins are
Yeah, those are good. What are you eating?
Snack time. I'm going 1 olives stuffed with jalapenos.
What?
olives.
Olives
Stuff.
stuffed with jalapenos. Freaking great.
Are they
Like a
you-
jar
you
of them?
get that
Yeah.
in a jar?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, jar. They come with stuffed, pre-stuffed.
Are you eating those every day?
I eat them all the time. Yeah.
Really?
The only food in my refrigerator, I've got a ton of olives. Go get one. You can have one.
What a weird
Have
snack.
one. It's
Do you like
good.
olives enough to eat them, Andrew? He says
Yeah.
he
it's
just
on the
wants
door.
to see
On the
them.
door. On the door. Yeah.
Hmm.
I've got olives, just regular olives stuffed with kind of like a feta cheese, and olives. Have one.
It's an empty jar. I will
Have
say
one.
this. That jar is almost
I
empty.
know. I gotta go get more because they're freaking great.
There's a new jar.
Yeah.
I hate
Another jar.
olives. I don't know why. I
love
hate olives.
They're great. Okay. And
Pepperoncini.
pepperoncinis are good too.
Pepperoncinis are good.
Okay. Another great snack time snack. Pickles.
So you like
Boom.
pickled things.
Pickles. Yeah, I love things that have been pickled.
Huh.
And guess you know why? Because they're so good.
I mean, they are good. It's a
And beers.
and beer.
Anthem beers.
Luke's refrigerator has
They pickled
6
things.
different pickled things and beer.
Huh?
Well, it's a fact.
That's my life.
I just checked.
That's
it
Here's
out.
the other
That's
thing
all that's
that
in
I
there.
really like: popcorn.
Yeah, it's always good.
Got a good seasoning. It's called duck salt.
What?
Duck salt.
Are you
It's
sure?
great.
Are you sure it's not duck butter?
I call it duck butter, but it is actually called duck salt. And I had been looking for it for like 2 years because I ran out. I found it online. Bought it.
Wow.
It's great.
Good.
It's so good.
Hmm.
Okay. Here's a question. If the Thunder formed a band, it's from @DrewKerr17. He wants to know, if the Thunder formed a band, we all know Steve is playing the guitar. Who else on the team makes the band, and what instruments are they playing?
Is Steve playing guitar?
He plays the guitar.
Oh, okay.
See, but I think he's on the drums though.
World. It really changed up my whole perspective on like who musicians can really be. You know?
Alex Burns on the bass.
Okay.
Yeah.
He looks like a bass player to me.
It's the facial hair.
It's the chops.
Yeah. I think Russell's your front man.
Lead singer.
Yeah.
I think Paul George is like a rhythm guitar player who has some pretty good licks.
See, I put him on just guitar. He's just doing the solos.
That's what he just said.
Is that rhythm guitar?
Yeah, but I said
solos?
rhythm guitar
I don't know that
on
he's-
purpose.
Yeah, I don't think that he's a solo man.
He's not your Eddie Van Halen.
No.
He's like I don't know this. I don't know who he's like.
I don't know any other.
He's like a guy
musician.
who's like everyone's like, that's a really solid guitar player.
Oh, like Eddie
He's-
Van Halen.
No, it's like
He's our Billy. He's the Thunder's Billy Martin.
maybe Billy Martin.
Yes.
Yeah, he's better than Billy Martin.
I don't.
Is he
think
John
so.
Frusciante?
What is John Frusciante?
So you're saying
Red Hot Chili Peppers, where it's like he has some good solos, but he's not known for his solos. What he's really known for is his tasty licks.
Billy's listening right now, and he's not very happy with you. He's a good guitar player.
He's a good guitar player. I didn't mean that as a slight to
Yeah,
Billy.
I'm gonna
It
tell
did.
him. Where,
it sounded like a slide.
it sounded-
Oh man!
Our only celeb.
You know who's the
Also,
lead-
that was such a cheap thing that you did to me right now.
I didn't do anything to you.
Yes, you did.
You did it to yourself.
No, you mentioned him.
Yeah.
And then you said he was no good.
Yeah.
I didn't say he was no good. You mentioned him to kiss some butt.
No, I didn't. I think he's a good guitar player.
He is a good guitar player. All right, move on.
Hey,
Move on.
Here's the important thing: is that in this band, Alex Marinas does make up like Wes Borland from Limp Bizkit. He's a
The bass
wild
player?
Yeah,
No. Wes Borland was the.
he was a bass player.
No, he wasn't.
Yes, he was.
He was a guitarist
No, he was not. He's the bass player. I promise.
for Limp Bizkit.
Yes, I love Wes Borland.
Wait, what's the name of the guitar player then?
No one.
The guitar player for Limp Bizkit who wore all the makeup.
No, he's the bass player, and he wore all the makeup.
No.
It's Wes Borland.
I'm
Yes.
sorry, you're
I
wrong. You're
think
so
I'm
wrong.
right.
Wes
Andrew.
Borland is the guitarist for
He's-
Limp Bizkit.
He's the guitarist.
God.
Yeah.
I have visual evidence of him playing the guitar.
Yeah, no one knows the name of the bassist for Limp Bizkit. Literally no one.
But I love Wes Borland.
Actually, the bassist name for Limp Bizkit is
Also, Wes Borland.
No, it's Limp Bizkit. That's his name. The band is named after him.
Wow. What's up, Limp?
Hey, Limp, Mr. Biscuit.
You know, you have a good name.
I love that name.
You know who's the lead guitar player? Dennis Schroeder, because he's
Yeah.
Dennis
Oh, yeah.
Shredder.
Oh yeah, and he's
Shredding.
from Germany. He's
Yeah.
like this Euro.
Man,
He's got the hair.
Totally.
let's. This isn't a Twitter question, but it should be. And I don't know why you guys haven't asked it. Who should all of the Thunder people be for Halloween? Because Dennis should be Shredder from Ninja Turtles.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Do you have any more than that, or are you just saying that?
I'm just saying that.
Okay, good. Next question.
That's mine. No, but here's another question.
I'm not prepared for this.
Are they going to have the Halloween party?
It was always Nick Collison's birth.
Collison's.
They would have. No, they're not going to.
Terrence Ferguson
They would've
comes
already
out
had
with
it.
an egg shaker on one song.
He's an egg shaker.
Yeah, and he comes out for an egg shaker on one song and then leaves. Who's on keys? Patrick Patterson's on keys.
Patrick Patterson on keys.
And he only plays synth chords.
I love that. He has really small sunglasses that he wears.
Oh man, you know who really plays the bass? It's Ray.
It is Ray. It's totally Ray.
Here's a question: does he play it really up high, or does he play it really down low? Like,
No,
like-
he's just a reasonable man. Just
Yeah, you're right. Just solid just solid rhythm bassist.
man, I'm up high when I bass.
Oh, you're Rage Against the Machine bassist.
Oh yeah.
not a fan of those.
yeah.
Those bassmen.
I'm a big fan of those bassmen.
What about low? Do you like the when they have it? If you're playing the bass, you either play it really high or as low as possible. You
Like
figure
the
out
corn,
how-
like the guy from Corn who
Yes.
like
how long your arm can go down. That is where your bass should be.
and then a foot lower. All right, next question, please.
Okay. Let's see. Our next Twitter. Oh, Andrew. This is from you're gonna hate this or love it. I don't
Mhm.
know. It's from @instins00 who said, due to the beginning of this year, are you even more angry about the Ferguson pick, OG not pick?
It was a mistake from the day that it happened. Yeah. If OG Anunoby was the starter for this team,
God dang it.
you'd be feeling a lot better. Yeah, is a mistake. Is a huge mistake, and they're doubling down on their mistake by valuing Ferguson so much. So, yeah, I'm more mad, but I'm healing.
Good. Acceptance is the first step. I don't know.
To
what step they're on.
acceptance.
To acceptance. Yeah, exactly. That's the only step one could say. Guys, I have another question for you. Before that, I want to talk to you about Oklahoma Shirt Company.
Okay.
They got good shirts, and they will help you if you have an event and you need t-shirts, youth group, book club, bachelor party, a shirt just for yourself that has your face on it. They can do it. And
They could.
and they are great. Anytime we have a Down to Dunk shirt or apparel that we need made, we go straight to Oklahoma Shirt Company. They've
Straight.
got their Shirt of the Month Club, $10 a month. Get you a new shirt every single month. Signing up for that service, get you an introductory shirt.
It does.
2 shirts for the price of 1.
You can get a shirt with Wes Borland's face on it.
That's true, and you should, because he's a great bassist. And they also have Oklahoma Shirt of the Month Club, Texas Shirt of the Month Club, Kansas Shirt of the Month Club, Missouri Shirt of the Month Club, other states, I assume. And if you're up in a state that doesn't have it yet, just talk to them. They'll make you a new shirt every month for, I'm sure, a reasonable price. So they are great. They're a pleasure to work with and support those that support us. Guys, I have a final question for you. Who are you miffed and piffed?
Miffed and peeved.
Are you guys miffed?
Oh, sorry.
And are you guys peeved?
I'm miffed.
What are you miffed about?
So this is like almost fitting. So watching the Thunder game at my house, the game ends, and then almost seconds after, power goes out of my house.
Oh man.
I go outside, and like when power goes out in your neighborhood, like people just go outside.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That's what we do.
That's true.
And it started at my house and just down the street, but then like my next door neighbor,
Oh my god.
my other next door neighbor did have power, and across the street did have power. There's like 6 houses on our street, and then behind us. I was a little miffed and a little peeved. Come to find out, it was ants in the transformer eating away at these power line thingies in the transformer.
What?
Yeah.
How'd you find this out so quickly?
Neighborhood Facebook group.
How'd they know?
Neighborhood Facebook.
Wait. I have questions.
What?
How did they find out? So who found out?
Well, the OG&E had to be in their backyard.
Oh, they came like last night.
Oh yeah.
That's
So did you
fast.
get power back on last night?
Oh yeah.
How quickly?
Pretty quickly. So I couldn't be too miffed
Hmm.
or too peeved. But still.
That's great because I guess it's not too cold yet. Because when like deep, like in December,
Oh
power goes out,
Oh man,
guess what? You get cold.
you'll die.
Yeah, you could. You could.
Your entire family
It's possible. Frozen.
could
Found it.
freeze.
Found it all
Anyways.
frozen.
Could freeze and wake
I
up.
was already
100
miffed
years
about
from
the
now.
game, and then just like immediately just like everything's off.
Oh,
and whenever
man.
you just forget how dark everything gets whenever there's no power.
Oh yeah.
That's true.
Do you have bring out the candles?
It's very dark. I mean, no.
You did have a full moon last night, at least.
Thanks for listening to our podcast.
That's spooky.
Yeah, people used to just only use moonlight to guide themselves at night.
That candle.
I'm
Pre-fire.
about to dunk.
I'm talking pre-fire.
I literally get confused every time I'm driving.